Alright, well, hello everybody. This is the first baseball card video we're having on this new channel, so welcome everyone. Um, I've kind of really thought about it, and I guess for some more background, I've kind of gotten back into cards and memorabilia over the past few years, and to a point where it's kind of like dealing and collecting for me. And off and on, I was doing some different forms of content creation, and now I've decided to take it to video. So it'll be the only type of videos I think you'll see on this channel. I have some other stuff planned as well. But I think we're going to see a lot of kind of card recaps, also card show recaps as well. So today, what I have for you guys is mostly going to be a modern baseball PSA reveal that I just picked up. That's what most of this recap is going to be. Before we get into that, though, I do have a couple quick things, some LCS pickups. Local to me, there's two stores. It's called Louisville Sports Cards and Through the Decades. So I got two things at Louisville Sports Cards here. The first one was out of a dollar box. I got some other dollar stuff, but this is the only one I wanted to show off. If you collected 2011, then you know what these is. These are these Hope Diamond out of 60. This was Tyler Flowers, and for $1, that's hard for me to pass up. I have a couple in my collection. I think two or three that I actually pulled growing up, but I found another one in a dollar box. I think maybe sometime last year. But anyway, that's a really cool card to find for $1. And this right here, we got an Ellie. What is this? 1989 update black. It's out of, let me try to remember, $2.99. For $45, I felt like that was a pretty good deal. It's in a slab. I know it's a PSA 8. But, I feel like that was a pretty solid pickup. And then the other one that I have here, this was from Through the Decades. The price tag on here is a little bit off. I got a little bit of a discount on it because I know the guy that works there. It's a Jackson Churio auto. I checked out comps on it, and I saw like one or two that were around 200, so that felt like a pretty good pickup as well. He's someone that I think is going to keep gaining in value. So, but like I said, that's not the main part of this video. We have a modern PSA reveal. I think there's 10 or 11 cards here. It's actually two different submissions. One had, I believe, 10 cards, and the other one only had a couple. Now, on most of these, here's what I'll kind of preference before getting into these, is that almost as soon as I submitted these, or the larger one, right, is when PSA decided to change their parameters a little bit. So when I pull out each card, I'll kind of walk through and kind of talk about that, because there's probably a couple of these I wouldn't have submitted. I tend to be pretty selective on what I send in for grading, and with this case, the group that I grade with, they were grading cheaper that month, so I threw in a couple maybe I would have normally, but especially in the case of PSA changing their parameters. But all in all, this was not a bad one. I don't think like there will be any huge losses. I really try to only send in cards that will at least hold some value as like a 9 or an 8, so I don't really send in like mass-produced base cards or anything like that, because if you grade, you kind of know the drill. If you get like a 9 on just grading like a base card or something, it's your value significantly out. So, but there are a couple 10s in here. The rest are 9s, I believe. Yeah, I think it was either 9s or 10s. So starting off here, we have Matt Shaw from 2024 Bowman Chrome. It's a Mojo. So when I go through these, I'll try to remember how much money I have into them. All the grading fees here were $20, and then plus the value of the card. I paid, I believe, $20. I got it for a really good deal in the off season, and so since I had pretty low on it, decided to just submit it. So I probably won't lose any money on that, but probably won't really make a ton on it. But that kind of depends on if he picks up and stuff. The next one we have, this is from 2023 Topps Gold Black. It's a Joey Votto Gold Refractor out of 50. This one got a 9. So I paid about $10 for this card. So we got about $30 into it. I think I could probably get at least that on this. So again, probably not one that's going to make me a lot of money, but not something that's going to kill me by any means. So here's the first 10. This is out of 2023 Topps Chrome. I think Logo Fractor is what it is. And it is a green refractor as well, Joey Votto, and graded a 10. So I bought the card for about 10, so you got about $30 in value in it. Didn't really look up comps on this. I feel like I can at least get, comfortably $60 back, but maybe even $80. So I plan on setting up at a show in Cincinnati, so I'll bring that there. I feel like, anything kind of Votto can get a premium in that zone. So this is the first one I probably wouldn't have sent in if I knew about the grading parameters changes. This is a Matt Shaw first Bowman Chrome auto. So I did buy this originally, I think, for about $100, but I bought a couple other cards in the lot to kind of offset the cost of this one. Like, total I paid for the lot was like $110, and I've sold like, I want to say $30 or $40 worth. So, factoring that in, I would say with grading fees, I'm looking at about $100 so far in this card. And I think, I was checking last week on PSA 9s for this. Looks like, I can make some money on it. It won't be like a huge flip or anything, but as long as he doesn't have a terrible season, I don't think I'll, bottom out. You can kind of see that second Matt Shaw, he's a guy that I bought in the offseason that I think will have kind of a head of rouge, kind of have a good year. This is when I was really disappointed, got a 9. This is Ronald Acuna's first Bowman's Best auto, and it's the refractor. It got a 9. I looked this over really well, and I thought for sure it had a good chance of getting a 10, but it did get a 9. I may actually PC this one. I'm a really big Braves fan, so I may just end up holding on to this, especially at least in the short run as well, since he's injured right now. So I probably won't bring that to that show. But if he gets hot, I feel like that's at least like a $200 card pretty easily. I feel like I paid, if I remember correctly. I should have wrote down the numbers with me. I wasn't prepared. So maybe next time I do this. I feel like I had about 100 or 110 is what I bought it for. And so I probably have about at least $120 after grading. But, that's not a big deal. Like I said, I may PC that one anyway. I almost didn't send it in, but again, they had that special that they were running. The next one is definitely one of the best ones from this submission. It's a Jackson Merrill Sterling PSA 10. He's been killing my Braves this week, so kind of annoyed about that. But I have about, if I remember correctly, I think I paid $70 for this, so about $90 within it. So should make a pretty good profit on that one. I will look to sell, especially if he keeps it up with his hot start. He's been kind of a thorn in the Braves side, unfortunately for me. The next one, disappointed. I looked this one over, thought pretty good chance of getting a 10, but got a 9. It's a Chris Sale 2011 Sterling auto. I think I only bought it in a lot, really cheap. I only paid like $10 for this card. And so, we're looking at about $30 total in here. So, I'll probably make my money back on that, I would assume. The next one, so this is probably the one where I think I just kind of threw it in to throw it in. Definitely not a very valuable card to begin with, but I'd only paid like $5 or $10 for this. So I only got like $30 in it. With grading, it's this James Wood, and it got a 9. So I might take a little bit of loss on that. Depends on if he has a good season. He plays for kind of a team that's up and coming. So, if he gets hot, probably could make some money on. This is probably one I wouldn't have submitted had I known about the changes in the grading, because its centering I already thought was a little bit off. It's this Roman Anthony Sterling auto. The good news is on this, I only have about $50 in value. I paid $30 for about $34 the card raw, so about $50 total. PSA 9s have been selling for around $100. consistently lately, so that will end up being a good one regardless of that. All right, we have the next PSA 10 here. This is like the Joey Votto one that's a 10, this is a logo fractor green, so it's out of 99 as well. Got about $30 in this. I paid maybe a little bit more. I might have paid $15 for this, actually. So, yeah, I feel like I can at least double my money on this since it's Mike Trout. So, pretty good one. The next one is definitely one I probably wouldn't have submitted. It's this Matt Olson 2017 auto. Grading from this year is pretty tough, it seems like, to begin with. I graded a purple refractor a couple months ago that also got a 9, and it looked really good, and so did this one. It looked really good. This was when I was kind of debating sitting in. So, Matt Olson's a solid player. I paid $35 for the card, so I got about $55 in it. So I may take a small loss or maybe make a small profit. It's not a big deal here. This one is really cool. This is Christian Campbell. So I have almost no money in this besides the grading fee because I got this out of a value box for either like $2 or $3 in the off season. Christian Campbell, top prospect for the Red Sox, as most people probably know. It's out of 150. When I submitted this, I could not find a lot of 10s of any of these foil kind of pro debut cards. I think I saw like one sale for one of these type of cards that was higher numbered for like 100. So I feel like this is just going to be pure profit on that one. So that was a really good return. And then the last one here, again, probably wouldn't have submitted this one like I've been saying with a few of these had I known about the changing in the parameters. This is a Matt McLain Platinum Anniversary. It's out of 199. It's a really nice looking card. I paid $35 for it in the off season, so we got about $55 in it grading. I feel like I can get that back pretty easily, especially if he can have a good season and start off here good. I think could be even like a $100 card. I feel like Raw, I saw like one of these this week. I think the day after he had a home run in yesterday's game. I feel like I saw it was like one sold for like $80. So I feel like that should be pretty good. So there you go. That has it. How many were there in here? Camera knocked down. How many were there in here? Let's see. We had McLain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13. So I only had a handful of 10s and the rest were 9. So, not a great submission, but like I kind of said at the beginning before I started going over these, if I would have known about the changes in them for grading, especially the centering, there's quite a few of these I probably wouldn't have submitted. But even at that, it does seem like it will be a little bit harder to get 10s from now on, but at least for newer cards, I was kind of thinking this whole time, is that cards are coming out. 9s will probably carry a better premium in the future. But for cards that have been around for a little bit, if you get a 9, probably not the greatest thing. But anyway, so that's kind of, I think all I have for today. I don't have any other submissions out right now. I may end up submitting something pretty soon. There's a couple cards. I have another one of those Roman Anthony Sterling autos that I paid, again, like probably $30. So I may end up submitting that. I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer even if you get a 9, they're selling for like almost $100 right now. So I feel like I may end up doing that. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this is first video here. Excited to kind of bring some more content, so be on the lookout. I will be posting some baseball card videos, memorabilia videos, and then I'm also maybe going to start doing some type of vlogging as well for some places and things that I do, so we'll kind of see what that entails. But drop a comment if you saw anything you're interested in or something you want to point out, or just say welcome. I'm looking to grow the community on here. So thanks again for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.